attention span. Alright, if you've already clicked away, then you won't hear this part. Which is tragic because you just became living proof of what we're talking about. But for those of you still here, welcome. You've officially survived the deadliest part of any video. The first 3 seconds, which in 2025 is basically the Iron Man triathlon for attention span. Let's talk about it. Just went to a scene. Always debated, just so I'm living. My team getting to the cash, bro. We going way up. What's good, Wave Makers? It's your boy Complex. Here's the truth. Our ability to focus is on life support. Goldfish have longer attention spans than most of us now. We can't sit through a meal without checking our phone. We can't watch a show without another screen in our hand. We can't even stand in line at the store without pulling out a device like we're about to crack the Pentagon's mainframe. This isn't just a Gen Z thing or a kids these days problem. Studies show that our attention span is approximately 8.25 seconds. 8.25 seconds. The entire world's brain is basically running on iOS 17 with 1,000 tabs open. And in today's episode of Let's Talk, I'm going to be breaking down why our attention span is disintegrating faster than a McFlurry in the sun, and what it's actually doing to us in ways that we don't realize. So grab some water, silence your notifications, and for the love of focus, try to watch this all the way through without clicking away. I'm going to ask you to comment something specific, but you won't know what it is unless you stick around. And if you make it to the end, you are legally allowed to brag about it in the comment sections. Let's get into it. Pull up in the 3 when I let little mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way that I'm moving too obvious, I know how you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk. Remember when YouTube videos used to be 15 minutes long and that was considered short? Now, if the video goes past 15 seconds, we start itching to scroll unless it has some kind of shock value. Short form content didn't just show up one day. It slowly infiltrated our lives. First we had Vine with its 6-second loops. It felt harmless at the time, just quick burst of entertainment, but then it progressed. Musically, Dub Smash, Snapchat. Then every social media started conforming to including short videos. Then TikTok came in like an energy drink for your eyeballs and cranked it up to 100. The crazy thing is how these platforms train us. They reward our attention instantly. No waiting for the punchline, no build up, just instant payoff every few seconds. That's why when we watch a normal video or listen to a friend's story, our brain starts screaming skip ahead if it's not immediately thrilling. We've turned into dopamine addicts, always craving that next hit, and it transfers to our real lives. We've started to live life like it's a TikTok feed. Even at the grocery store, if it's a short line, we can't just stand there. We're pulling out our phones. If we're walking down the street, we can't just walk. We gotta have something playing in our ears. Silence is now awkward. Stillness feels unnatural. If the relationship is boring, swipe to the next person, or start an argument to spice things up. The scariest part is how fast our tolerance grows. A 15-second video used to feel short. Now people are swiping away after 5 seconds if it doesn't hook them. That means our ability to engage with anything for an extended period is getting smaller every single day. And we're not replacing it with anything healthier. Long-form content creators like myself are feeling it too. We have to chop up our videos, add captions, and keep flashy graphics just to keep up with the pace that people are used to. It's not really that people can't watch longer things. It's that the bar for worth my time has skyrocketed. You have to be captivating every second, otherwise, swipe. By the way, if you've made it this far without checking your phone, pat yourself on the back. I know I might have just reminded you to check your phone, so now you're probably checking your phone right now, aren't you? Yeah. Go ahead. We've got more reasons, and this next one might make you rethink how you spend your quick 5 minutes before bed. Pull up in the 3 when I let little mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way that I'm moving too obvious, I know how you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk. You ever go on your phone for just 5 minutes? And suddenly it's Thursday of next week. The infinite scroll is the most dangerous thing since sugar. There's no natural end anymore. Back when you were reading a magazine or watching a show or a movie, there was a point where you finished. Now, there's no done. TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts will keep serving you content until your phone dies. The only time that you stop is when you have an obligation or you see enough weird content to go, that's enough social media for the day.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
And that's enough social media for the day. This isn't just bad for time management, it's bad for memory. You can consume 50 videos in one setting and not remember a single one of them. And that's because your brain never fully commits to any single piece of content. It's like eating 100 tiny snacks instead of a meal. You're full, but not satisfied. The infinite scroll trains our brain to expect constant stimulation. So when something doesn't move fast, like reading an article, watching a documentary, or listening to a podcast, our brains panic. It feels slow even if it's normal speed. That's why people are watching Netflix shows on 1.5 times now.
Our attention span as people is going down every single day, so much so that Netflix is going to be introducing a speed up button so you can get more flixing in your life in a shorter time period. Kind of like how YouTube has that speed up 1.5 times feature, or when you listen to a podcast, you can speed it up to listen to it quicker. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, like, why would I want to watch a movie sped up like that? Peter?
I agree as well. Shallow and pedantic.
Now, how about 1.5 times faster?
I agree as well. Shallow and pedantic.
I mean, imagine watching Stranger Things 1.5 times faster. It just wouldn't be right. I mean, then again, that did look kind of cool.
And even more people are watching TikToks at 2 times the speed of the original video. Our perception of normal is broken. And the manipulative part is that these platforms don't just show you random content. They feed you exactly what they think will keep you hooked longer. If you laughed at a video of a goat once, congratulations. Your next 2 hours are now goat talk. And just like that, you've lost your night to the barnyard. This constant loop doesn't let us practice restraint. There's no built-in stopping point like end of episode or last page. So the only off-ramp is willpower. And let's be honest, sometimes willpower is no match for an algorithm that knows exactly what you like before you do. If you're already scrolling another app while listening to me, I'm not even mad. I just hope I'm winning the fight for your ears, because this next reason you're gonna want to hear.
Pull up in the 3 when I holler, little mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way I'm moving too obvious, I know you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk.
We brag about multitasking like it's a flex, but in reality, it's just being bad at 3 things at once. You've got Netflix on your TV, Instagram on your phone, and a game on your PC. We call it multitasking, but our brains call it stress. Every time you switch between tasks, it takes your brain time to reorient. You're not doing 3 things at once. You're doing one thing badly, and another thing badly, then another thing badly. You get where I'm going with this. This constant jumping around makes it impossible to enter a deep state of focus. Back in the day, you could sit and read a book for an hour without checking your phone because, well, your phone was not delivering so many different distractions. Now the idea of doing one thing at a time feels unnatural. Multitasking also tricks us into feeling that we're productive when actually we're not. And the more we multitask, the worse we get at doing deep work when it's actually required. It's like training a sprinter to stop every 10 feet. You never built the stamina to run the full race. Our focus muscles are weak because we don't let them work for long stretches anymore. Multitasking feels good in the moment. It's stimulating, and it makes you feel like you're accomplishing a lot. But in the long term, it's just brain junk food. All energy, no nutrition. And if you're watching this while scrolling TikTok and making food, at least make the food good. If you burn the food, that's on you, not me. Stay tuned.
Pull up in the 3 when I holler, little mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way I'm moving too obvious, I know you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk.
You remember boredom? That thing we used to feel in waiting rooms before smartphones existed? Yeah, we killed it. And accidentally killed our focus with it. Boredom used to be the mind's natural reset button. It was the quiet moment when your brain actually had time to process information, connect dots, and even be creative. Some of the best ideas that people have ever had have come from being bored. Some of the best relationships last because they can be bored together sometimes. But now, the second that boredom taps us on the shoulder, we whip out our phones like it's a reflex, trying to find a distraction from our minds. By constantly filling every gap with content, we've eliminated the mental downtime that our brains need. There's no more space for thoughts to wander or for ideas to grow. Instead, we're stuffing every quiet moment with noise and wondering why we feel mentally exhausted all the time. Boredom isn't the enemy. In fact, it's one of the few things that can actually train your brain to focus for longer. But we avoid it like it's a punishment. Ironically, the more we run away from boredom, the more restless we become. Which means anything that requires patience feels unbearable. That's why even sitting through a meeting or a class without checking our phone feels like climbing a mountain. This restlessness is the reason that so many of us struggle to read books, finish projects, or even watch a movie without getting distracted. We've conditioned ourselves to think that silence means I'm wasting time, when in reality, it might be the only thing saving our brains. Try to sit quietly for 2 minutes without your phone. Just 2 minutes. If you make it, you're officially an attention span athlete. If you don't worry. It's a practice. We've trained our brains to run from all boredom. We can train it to face it.
Pull up in the 3 when I holler, little mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way I'm moving too obvious, I know you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk.
Your phone buzzed. Did you check it? I did. You ain't got a lot to kick it. Notifications have turned us into trained pets. Every ping, ding, and red bubble is a little bell ringing in our head saying, something's happening, look now. It doesn't even matter if it's important. We're conditioned to check instantly. That moment of not knowing scratches at our brain until we give in. And the second we break our focus to check, we've already lost a chunk of productivity. The real danger isn't the distraction itself. It's the anticipation of distraction. Even when your phone is silent, Your brain is on edge, waiting for the next alert. It's like trying to focus while someone behind you is standing there tapping with their foot. You can't relax because you know an interruption is coming. Every time we check a notification, it takes our brain several minutes to fully re-enter what we were doing, but we rarely go straight back. Usually we check one thing, then another, and suddenly we've drifted into an entirely different activity. What started as just checking a text turns into 20 minutes lost in a void. And a lot of notifications are engineered noise. Social media apps send you, your friend posted a story, so-and-so liked your comment. Not because it's urgent, but because they want you to open the app. They're not reminding you, they're fishing for your attention. And they're winning. The constant conditioning shreds our ability to stay in a flow state. True focus requires uninterrupted time. But if we're mentally reaching for our phones every few minutes, we never get there. Over time, we start to feel like deep focus is impossible, when in reality it's just being sabotaged by a little radioactive rectangle in your pocket. If your phone buzzed during watching this, ignore it. Whoever it is can wait. Unless it's me, then answer immediately.
Loving the through when I holler at mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way they are moving too obvious, I know how you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk.
We don't just want instant gratification anymore. We want it faster than instant, like skip intro button fast. We're living in a world where waiting is treated like suffering. Food delivery, we want it in 20 minutes. Streaming services, skip the ads, skip the intro, skip the recap. We don't even watch the credits anymore. Don't you want to know who made this? We're already clicking the next episode before the current one ends. That hunger for speed has rewired our patience completely. The problem is fast rewards feel amazing in the moment. Our brains light up with dopamine every time we get something instantly, so we start chasing that rush. But the more we indulge it, the less tolerance we have for anything that takes time. Suddenly finishing a book, learning a skill, or building a project feels painfully slow. This is why we gravitate towards scrolling instead of deep work. It's easier to watch 50 short videos than to work through a challenging task, because each swipe gives us a mini win through the dopamine. The harder task might be more rewarding in the long run, but your brain is screaming for that quick hit now. And once you get used to fast rewards, slow ones feel like failure. We start thinking, why am I still working on this? That's how projects die halfway through. It's not that we can't finish them, it's that the payoff takes too long to feel worth it. This addiction even bleeds into relationships and hobbies. If a new interest doesn't give us that immediate spark, we drop it. If a conversation takes too long to get interesting, we mentally check out. We're always on the hunt for something quicker, shinier, and more stimulating, even if it means missing out on deeper, more meaningful experiences. If you made it this far without skipping ahead, you deserve a medal. You're doing amazing. But instead, I'll give you the ultimate dopamine hit. The last reason on this list. Stay tuned, Wavemaker.
Loving the through when I holler at mama, she looking at me like I'm Clay Times. The way they are moving too obvious, I know how you can be apps. Hop on that IG, Facebook, TikTok, and just talk.
We don't consume content anymore. We inhale it. Like popcorn in a movie theater, we're halfway through before even tasting it. We live in an era where everything is designed to be bite-sized, rapid-fire, and instantly shareable. Instead of sitting with a piece of content and absorbing it, we tear through it like we're in a race. The goal isn't to enjoy it. It's to finish it so we can move on to the next thing. This content buffet mindset makes us impatient with anything that takes time to develop. Long conversations feel like a chore. Slow burn TV shows feel outdated. Reading a book without checking your phone every 5 minutes? Unthinkable.
Does anybody else have a problem when they're reading where they have to stop after every chapter and either check their phone or just like wait a minute? It is so hard for me to just like continue at the end of a chapter and just start the next one. I have no clue the reasoning behind it. And if anybody knows, please help me.
Our brains are always looking for the next snack instead of savoring the meal in front of us. The irony is we have more content than ever before, but we're less satisfied than ever. We're burning through experiences so quick that nothing sticks. It's like watching 100 trailers in a row and then wondering why you feel like you've never seen a good film. And because there's always more content waiting, nothing feels special anymore. We don't have to treasure our favorite shows, songs, or creators because we know we can find something else in seconds. That abundance kills the thrill of discovery. The culture of constant content doesn't just shorten our attention spans, it shortens our memory as well. We forget the video we've watched 30 minutes ago because it's already been replaced by 15 new ones. If you made it all the way to the end of this list without clicking away, type still locked in the comment section. I gotta see the last surviving attention span warriors. If you made it here without skipping ahead, zoning out, or opening TikTok in another tab, you're officially a part of a rare species. Humans who can actually finish things. Congratulations, you don't know how rare this ability is. But let's be real, I know a few of you started this video fully focused, then paused to grab a snack, scrolled Instagram for just a second, maybe checked that one group chat, and then came back when you realized I was about to wrap up. And honestly, that's the problem in a nutshell. And one thing that really needs to be brought to everyone's attention is how this is affecting Gen Alpha. They're glued to their phones and tablets. Many of them use tablets for the first time at incredibly young ages, some even owning tablets by the age of 2. Even teachers have been reporting how hard it is to keep kids focused in class, and most schools nowadays don't even allow phones in classrooms. So what does that tell you when kids of this generation don't have their phones in class and still can't stay focused? We've built a world where focus is treated like some ancient skill that you don't need anymore. But here's the catch. The people who keep their focus, they're the ones who win in school, in work, in relationships, in just about everything. If you take away one thing from this video, please take this. Your mom's a Just play. Your attention span is a muscle, and right now most of ours couldn't even lift a paperclip. If you train it, you stand out. If you don't, you just keep living your life in auto-scroll wondering why everything feels so fragmented. Now here's your challenge, and I'm dead serious. Pick one thing today that requires 10 minutes of focus. No phone, no distraction, and no background noise. Just you and that one thing. If you survive it, or not, come back to this video and let me know how it went in the comment section. And if you're still here, type still locked in one more time just so I know you're the one who made it to the finish line. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, you are an amazing person, and your support goes a long way in helping me provide more thoughtful and engaging content as we grow. Until next time, much love. We out of here. Peace.
Counting this case, since this year started, it's been like every day. We been moving way too hard, just like Harden and pimpin' like Scotty and Jay. Show you Jill what it's all about. We been pulling up like Curry and Clay. On the road to the riches, you ain't wanna see it, so you see we pay. Rippin' a TMZ official unison way.